Why is it important for an organization to have high-performing teams? Firstly, a high-performing team creates a positive working atmosphere. This will foster a team culture that is open, transparent, future-focused, and able to deliver success. Secondly, high-performing team is effective in decision-making. Businesses make important decisions every single day, some of which can be full of uncertainties, complex, and high in risk. A high-performing team will be able to use a systematic approach to identify, gather information, and ultimately reach a business goal. Lastly, high-performing teams will increase the productivity of an organization. With a clear goal and shared vision in mind, members are able to establish a clear pathway in order to achieve the long-term success of the business.
There are many theories of how to manage and organize groups of people to obtain peak performance. One notable theory is Bruce Tuckman's model of team stages, which he developed in 1965. Tuckman proposed that all teams go through 4 distinguishable stages characterized by particular emotions and processes, and believes it is up to management to know how the appropriate ways to address potential issues that may arise in order to reach the final most productive stage. The first stage was forming, where the team meets and there is little direction. Storming is the second stage, where the team begins to outline goals and roles within the group. Norming is the stage where differences are reconciled, so the team can reach the final stage, performing and work effectively together. He later added adjourning, which is the breaking of the group. A second relevant theory is self-directed teams. In line with this theory, groups form and work together without traditional leaders or any influence from individuals outside of the group to finish tasks and achieve goals. The group is given primary autonomy over the execution of their tasks, organizing, subdividing, and monitoring work completion internally. This has been very popular and frequently used method of achieving goals in various industries.
The Lencioni Trust Pyramid is a theory developed by Patrick Lencioni, an American management consultant. The pyramid explains the key components of a successful team and serves as a tool for team building and group dynamics. The theory shows the characteristics of a cohesive team and a dysfunctional team in 2 adjacent pyramids. Both pyramids are broken up into 5 layers. First is the foundation, trust versus invulnerability. Without trust, the entire structure falls apart. This means giving and receiving constructive feedback, getting to know your colleagues, and sharing frustrations so the issues causing them can be sorted out. Second is constructive conflict versus artificial harmony. In any work environment, conflicts among teams will arise. However, team members can't be afraid of confrontations. The Lencioni Trust Pyramid actually encourages these conflicts because they build stronger relationships and team strength that will be beneficial when tackling problems together. Third is involvement versus vagueness. Each team member should be involved for clarity and support. This encourages more communication, hearing both sides of any issue, and listening for reasoning. Fourth is responsibility versus low standard. It's important for each team member to take responsibility of their individual actions and how that will affect the whole team. Address small issues to keep high standards. The final stage is results versus status and ego. This can only be achieved when all of the other 4 levels are present. At this stage, results need to come first. The team must prioritize the best possible outcome for the team or company rather than pay attention to what each individual does.
We reviewed the research on the characteristics of high-performance teams and found that the primary theme in these studies was the focus on the social factors in the team rather than technical skill. We identified the traits trust, cooperation, and communication as the commonalities across the following studies. One study defined trust as the faith in others' behaviors and goodwill that can grow or vanish due to interaction and experiences. The researchers interviewed managers from high-performing teams across several companies in the health industry. They found that the managers valued effective communication as the primary means of building trust within a team. Constant interaction between team members and the sharing of critical information were tactics highlighted by the researchers. Another study considers the factors in establishing and facilitating a high-performing team in a clinical research context. The article suggests a strategy of aligning personal success with team success to establish effective cooperation within the team. Similar to the previous study, regular one-on-one sessions between the principal investigator and team members are encouraged in order to build trust. After finding similar strategies across 2 different contexts, We believe these characteristics may be common within all high-performing teams.
Founded in 1997 by Mark Randolph and Reed Hastings, Netflix has expanded their business tremendously over the last 2 decades, with now over 139 million paid subscriptions worldwide. Their production and distribution of movies and television shows has grown in such a short amount of time, which led us to wonder how they operate as a company. We reviewed several case studies that look at the unusual employee culture at Netflix. This is what we found. The key principles that Netflix believes will bring the most success to the company are an emphasis on a high-performing team, encouraging independent decision-making, keeping the work environment honest and open, and avoiding rules.
Netflix prides itself on having a culture that embraces the 2 pillars of freedom and responsibility. The company's expense policy is 5 words long: act in Netflix's best interest. Their business model is to increase employee freedom as the company grows, rather than limiting it, to continue to attract and nourish innovative people. Since going public in 2002, which is traditionally the beginning of Netflix's freedom culture, Netflix has increased talent density and employee freedom sustainability. Essentially, Netflix holds a strong belief that responsible people thrive on freedom and are worthy of freedom. Netflix also incorporates a culture of constant feedback, in which when conflicts start to arise, a 360 feedback is baked into every step of the process. The company has a strong commitment to improving the organization, as employees are encouraged to give each other honest feedback in order to provide each other with ongoing opportunities for improvement, rather than a single isolated annual review. The continual success of Netflix is heavily defined through its implementation of an up or out culture. If the performance results of an employee isn't keeping up with the pace of promotion, they will be let go. And while this is unpleasant, the style of management is extremely effective, giving rise to an extraordinarily high standard of performance. Lastly, managers at Netflix use a unique employee evaluation tool called the Keeper Test. They are implored to ask themselves, which of my people, if they told me they were leaving for a similar job at a peer company, would I fight hard to keep? In this way, Netflix is able to retain top performance and maintain high standards for the company. Overall, Netflix has succeeded not only in implementing a high-performing culture, but also successfully retaining top talent. Most companies only succeed in one or the other, rarely both. This is the real cultural achievement of Netflix.
This case study focuses on the Westpac Institutional Bank and its launching of the Corporate Evolution Initiative by Chief Risk Officer Andrew Caroline. The objective of said project was to transform the underperforming risk leadership team into a high-performing team using a 4-phase plan aligning closely with the theoretical Lencioni model and the concepts advocated from our empirical analysis. The first phase was the alignment workshop, which focused on developing high-performing team fundamentals: team purpose, team vision, team priorities, behavior shift, and a values-based team charter, which mirrored the key elements outlined in the previously discussed empirical analysis. The critical success factor here was the shift in approach of team members from a technical focus to an EQ and MQ oriented style behavioral focus, encouraging personal growth. Phase 2 was the personal leadership workshop, which aimed to transform the personal mindset of team members by using the honest feedback provided by the LSI 360 survey. Leadership growth was thus facilitated through learning to reduce interference and opening up the potential of each member. The critical success factor here was the requiring individuals to develop a sense of commitment on a personal level to the team mission and vision. Phase 3 introduces the concept of accountability towards team goals through the 100-day plan. Team members were forced to work with each other and present demonstrable value to stakeholders by achieving target objectives. Phase 4 simply served to introduce these newfound effective practices to the entirety of the Westpac Institutional Bank, as these high-performing team characteristics cascaded to the next level of managers, sustaining the shifting paradigm of leadership and team building. The results were clear, with an 18 times return on investment estimated at $4.5 million. Tangible outcomes were 62.5% excellent and 37.5% good, and team development was 87.5% excellent and 12.5% good.
Through these case studies and our focus on the Lencioni Trust Pyramid, we can see the potential high-performing teams have to positively influence businesses. This can help employees feel more connected to their workplace and have a more positive work experience.